Hey y'all, it's your friendly neighborhood panda here, back again for another episode. And if you are seeing this intro right here, you're in for something special today. You are here because you want to see my reaction to the Troy Saga for Epic the Musical. But here's the catch. Here's the extra little special spice you don't know about. See, a couple of weeks ago, I was actually able to get the great opportunity to do this as a collaboration with another reactor here on the channel, on YouTube, DJ410. And you see, what we did was, because of time zones and all those other things, we decided to sit down that day and record our reactions to all 5 songs of the Troy Saga for Epic the Musical. But we're only going to release 1 song a week. So I thought I'd put this intro out there so when you see this intro, you know that's what you're in for, okay? Now, you're going to be able to see 1 song in this episode, and you'll have to come back next week to see the next one. But if you want to see all 5 of our reactions to all 5 of the songs from the Troy Saga, go check out my Patreon. I'm going to release those all at the same time, all at once, on the Patreon. So for $5 or the $10 tier, either one, you can get you that early release access, and you'll be able to see them all at once. But for now, we're going to get into one of the songs from the Troy Saga, all right? And I want you to, if you like what you see and you want to see more, go and hit that like button, that subscribe, and the bell notification so you can see when the next episode comes out, all right? And go check out DJ's channel. You're going to love it. We have a lot of fun, all right? So let's get into this.
Yeah, what do you know about Epic so far?
I don't know much about it at all. It has something to do with Greek mythology, as far as I know. I'm one of those people. Okay, when something is blowing up all over the place, and people are like, "You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it." I'm like, I don't want to, just
That
because
is
you
usually
say
me
I
as well.
don't. So
The
I haven't
more
heard much at all.
the more time someone tells me something's amazing and I have to check it out and you need to do it, the less more my brain's like, yeah, I'll get to it eventually. But this is one of those things that I like Greek mythology. I have very limited knowledge of it, but I know that this is based on the Odyssey, which is like the pretty much famous Greek poem that was like
Hmm.
books and books long, and tells
Yeah.
the story of, I can't remember the soldier's name, but he fought in the Trojan War, and it's his like 10-year journey to
Yeah.
get home after the
Well,
Trojan War and all the.
the way it works is there were 2 that Homer wrote: the Iliad and the Odyssey. The Iliad starts with the Trojan and Greek war with Achilles, and the Trojan horse and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Odysseus was in that war. Now he's
Okay.
done. He's supposed to be going home, but the gods are mad at him,
Yep.
so they're going to send him on a wild goose chase all over the place for 10 years.
Right.
That's the Odyssey.
I can't wait to see how they've turned this into a musical. I'm super excited. We're going
Yeah.
to get into it right now. But as always, guys, please check out the original songs that are linked in the description below. Check out these versions because they're the versions that are actually helping the original artist who is creating this epic musical. So please check all that out in the link in the description below. Give it a like, give it a comment, listen to them without all the insane amount of interruptions I'm sure me and Panda are going to do to this because we both pause a lot. But check that out in the link in the description below, and we're going to get into this. This is Epic the Musical, song number 1 from the Troy Saga, The Horse and the Infant. Let's go.
Alright, my brothers, listen closely. Tonight we make the Trojans pay. 10 years of war, they killed us slowly. But now we'll be the ones who slay.
Okay, vocals.
Cool. Okay.
That
I was thinking
note.
like that was, and I was thinking he's got something really smooth, and then all of a sudden he just goes rock on us. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's singing this, but he's just got a really nice sound to his voice, first of all. But I was not
Hmm.
expecting that even just the music in the background, that dum 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 dum, is such a cool sound. I don't know what I can
Yeah, it
liken
did.
it to, but
It's not quite an electric guitar, but it's still got that wow,
yeah,
weird sound to it.
yeah. But I wasn't quite ready for that kind of big power note that he hit there, and he hit
Yeah.
it so well. I'm gonna have to look into who the singer of this is because they're doing a hell of a good job so far.
But now we'll be the ones who slay. Think of your wives and your children. Your families wonder where you've been. They're growing old and yet you're still here. Do what I say and you'll see them again.
Yes, sir!
Diomedes will lead the charge. Agamemnon will flank the guards. Menelaus will let our mates through the gates to take the whole city at large. Teucer will shoot any ambush attacking. Little Ajax will stay back. Nestor secure hell.
I didn't want to pause there, but there's so much going on. First of all,
is.
this is giving. I know that it's not the same thing, but this is giving me like Hamilton vibes in terms of like Guns and Ships song. Like when they're
exactly.
shouting out what all of them are going to be doing in the war, and this person's going to do this, and this is how we win.
Yeah,
it's so cool the way this has been written. It's not this, like I said, it's not at all the same thing, but I love the way that they put it together like that.
Yeah,
Also,
because it has the driving beat in the music, but it also has that fast, really fast, almost rap, but not quite, lyrics to it.
Yeah,
That was a good comparison.
Yeah. But the other thing about it as well is you mentioned at the start that there were the two plays by Homer, two poems by Homer, and this seems to be starting back towards the end of the other one. Like you said, the first one was about the war, and then the Odyssey was more about his journey home after it. So this seems to be
so it's kind of bridging.
Yeah, it's giving you kind of a good base in what's going on in the story before we actually get into the Odyssey itself. That's a really cool thing to do from a story perspective, because if it had just been, you would have had to have a whole monologue explaining what the hell was going on otherwh. But to have
why the heck is he going on this journey? Yeah,
exactly. To have either the first song, and this is called the Troy Saga, so the full first little saga here might be about the actual war, and then everything after that. So yeah, absolutely.
I like the movie Troy. It works.
I haven't seen that in years. I need to check that out again. If for nothing else, just for Brad Pitt. But yeah, either way, like I said, the way that this went through was just the beat of it so far has been really cool. And we said about that first big note, and it's just freaking built from there. Like that he hit that first big note, and then he stepped it up again, and it's just been okay.
Why does he remind me? Why does he remind me of Zac Efron?
I can see it a little bit, especially the more mature Zac Efron vocals. Like if you were going to make this into a movie musical, I'm not sure what the character's meant to look like, but I could see Zac Efron being cast for it, because he's got that kind of he's a lot more ripped now, and he's got an older look to him. I could see it. I wouldn't be mad at it. I mean, especially for the vocals. All right, taking it back, let's go.
Again.
Yes, sir!
Diomedes will lead the charge. Agamemnon will flank the guards. Menelaus will let our mates through the gates to take the whole city at large. Teucer will shoot any ambush attacking. Little Ajax will stay back. Nestor secure Helen and protect her. Neo avenge your father, kill the brothers of Hector.
Yes, sir!
Find that inner strength now. Use that well of pride. Fight through every pain now. Ask yourself inside, what do you live for? What do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you fight for?
What do you live for? What do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you fight for?
I love the way that they did that kind of repeated part with the main vocal singing it and then the echo back, the callback. That was really cool.
Oh yeah. This guy, he must have been a Lin-Manuel Miranda fan, because that's all over this. Like you said, the Hamiltons.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's not at all. I don't feel like it's at all a copy of Hamilton in any way. Like, it's got fast vocals and they're brilliant, like fast lyrics, and they're brilliantly written to work together. But it doesn't, like, Lin-Manuel with all his, like, a lot of his songs, even when you look at from Hamilton to In the Heights through to Moana, the songs he wrote for that, you can kind of get a similar theme when he's doing his rap stuff, a similar sound to it. This doesn't have that. It's completely its own thing. But you can see, I feel like he's at least a fan, and it's not so much that he's taken inspiration from it, but just he's seen he's looked at things that he admires and likes and drawn the good parts of those in.
Right, because I think I also hear a little bit of the 90s Broadway, who is it? Phantom and those kinds of musicals in there too.
Okay.
Specifically like very 90s. So I can see that he's kind of brought a whole bunch of other different things in there.
Yeah.
And Andrew Lloyd Webber, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. The thing that I'm loving about it is that not only is it coming across that whoever's the man that's written this, I've forgotten his name, I'll put it on screen now. But the guy who wrote this not only is he showing that he is super well versed in musicals and like the different styles you would use when writing a musical, but as
Yeah.
well as that, he's straight up from moment one is coming in with the history. Like
Yes.
he's not come at this going, oh yeah, there was a battle of Troy and they had a big wooden horse and that's all you know. No, he is naming people and he's naming what their
Exactly.
individual jobs were. He has put time into writing this, and I freaking love that. The fact that we have like the mention of someone protecting Helen of Troy, someone going to avenge. Like again, I don't know the history in full detail, and I'm sorry, there's no way to prepare for a YouTube video that I'm going to sit down and read the full Odyssey. I love you guys. I can't commit to that, but
It's been since high school since I've read it, so
yeah, yeah. But the fact that he is managing to pull in from all those different names and all those different suggestions or like things of what they did during the battle. I don't know if we're going to
mhm.
explore that further in future songs, but even if we don't, it's so cool to have hit on those points and had those mentions to show that he's not just coming at this from a base knowledge. He's deep dived into this, and I have so much respect for that.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going. I'm sorry. I've
Hold
done it
on.
again. I do this so often where I forget to rewind, and then something happens that's just a complete freaking gear shift. What just happened?
You need to build up to that.
Yeah, we're going back a little bit because what just happened?
Wish for, what do you fight for?
What do you live for? What do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you fight for?
Penelope, Penelope, and Telemachus. I fight for us. I fight for us.
What do you live for?
Okay, I know that one because that's his wife and his son's name, right?
Yes, that's what I was
Yes.
gonna say.
Go me. I'm proud of my history knowledge there. But yes, the gear shift there, that was so nice.
Oh yeah, that was really cool because it's like, okay, they're asking, "What do you fight for?" And so you're kind of going back inside his head. This
Yeah.
is what I fight for. My wife and son, who at this point Telemachus is only what, a year old?
Yeah, I think he was really young when his dad left and like damn near a man by the time he got back, which at the time a man was like what, turning into a teenager. So yeah,
Right.
but yeah, he was definitely really young when he left. But yeah, I could definitely see that in a moment of like I can see how this would be staged almost, where he's like
Yeah, yeah.
speaking to his troops, hyping them up, and then like shift to like single spotlight or like blue lighting where
Hmm.
it's just focused on him for a moment as he sings those
And he's
lines.
looking off in the distance, like
Exactly. And then the chanting comes back. It would be. I want to see this on stage. They need to make
Oh
this
yeah.
a proper stage thing. I don't know how freaking long it would be. I don't know how many musicals they'd have to make because they were up to what, like part 8 now.
Oh
It would be.
God.
It would be a lot, but it would be worth sitting. You wouldn't. There wouldn't be a bad moment of it from what I've heard so far. Let's keep going.
I fight for us. I fight for us.
What do you live for?
Penelope,
What do you try for?
Telemachus,
What do you wish for?
I'm on my way.
What do you fight for?
Attack!
Again, I wish I had animatics here, but I can so see
Goosebumps,
in
okay.
my head stage fight at this point.
Yes,
It would be so
absolutely.
good.
Like tons of people coming out from behind from the wings and just all of a sudden just crash and like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah, big flippy
Okay.
stuff with swords and stuff. It will be so good.
Yeah. Okay. So how do we start a GoFundMe or a thing to get this going? Like,
Well, that's part of the reason from what my understand from the video that I saw explaining it. Part of the reason that he has shifted so that he's getting the earnings from this like he
oh
freaking
yeah,
deserves is in the hope
this is a
that eventually
kickstart. Yeah.
yeah, a hope that in eventually they can be making actual something. Either like he mentions in it, either doing a stage production or doing some kind of movie or film type thing for it.
Hmm.
Either way would be incredible. But yeah, I need to see. I can't wait to check out the rest of this already because it's from the first song. If imagine sitting down in a theater and just seeing this as the first song of the damn musical,
Oh, I
like
know.
you'd
Oh my God.
instantly be drawn in. All right, let's keep going. I'm pausing so much. I don't even care. There's too much to talk about in this. Even just that moment there where to have included in the song the full just instrumental
Battle
section
sound
where they're having,
effects.
yeah, exactly, the battle sound effects and
Oh
that,
yeah.
to have just included that in, to give you, to actually let you sit here and in your brain be picturing exactly what it would look like on stage or on screen, is such a cool thing. And again, I'm very tempted, even though I'm doing these reactions, to also check out the animatic versions, because of the fact that I want to know how artists have rendered this, how artists have done this. So hopefully they
Sure.
release animatic versions of these ones eventually, so that he can still be getting the profits. If not, I'm gonna just link in the description to the original songs. But either way, we got to keep going. Let's go.
Who was that?
A vision of what is to come cannot be outrun, can only be dealt with right here and now.
Okay.
Tell me how.
I don't think you're ready. A mission to kill someone's son, a foe who won't run, unlike anyone you have faced before.
Say no more. I know that I'm ready.
I don't think you're ready.
Ominous.
Very much
Ominous.
so.
Ominous is the only word
Oh.
I love that they included that classic kind of thing in the background, by the way. I don't know what
Yeah,
that's
for
called,
the
but
to make it sound more like, because I don't know who's speaking right now, but you get the feeling that it is something like Zeus or someone, because it's got that godly
my
just
brain went to Hades.
background to him. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not sure who it's meant to be speaking. Let us know in the comments, or if we find out later, don't let us know. But if we're meant to know, let us know in the comments who it was, because that they cast a damn good voice for it. He had that such
Oh yeah.
proper sound to his voice. And also, again, not comparing things, but this immediately jumped out in my brain and made me think of Lion King 2. You know, the song
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
I can't think of what the words are, but something something disgrace. When all the
It's been
lions
so
are
long since
singing,
I've seen it. Don't ask me.
all the lions are singing it about one of them as they cast him out and said, "He's not one of us," is the song. Either way,
Oh,
there's this one part of it where they say, I think it's like deception, disgrace, and
uh-huh.
it's done in a similar way to how like those original lines were called out. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, that's what jumped into my brain. Not saying it's the same thing. It's just cool to like the level of writing in this, to be immediately drawing my brain to things the caliber of Hamilton and Lion King,
Yeah,
is bonkers talent in terms of writing, you know?
right. And we just get it's got so much tension building just through these little added things.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's so much information being put out in the space of 2 minutes so far, that we've been
You
taken
wanna
on
know.
such a journey.
Yeah, and I want to know what's happening here. It's like I have a feeling who he's talking about and who he's saying that they're gonna have to go get rid of, but I don't want to spoil it because I don't know if I'm right.
Right, right, fair. I yeah, no spoilers. That's gonna be the hardest thing between us, is not having spoilers. By the way, I think I'm pointing over this way when I should be pointing over this way when the video's formatted. Sorry about that, guys. On my screen, it's over here that Panda is. So if I'm pointing in the wrong direction and just pointing off screen, that's why. Either way, let's keep going.
One you have faced before.
Say no more. I know that I'm ready.
I don't think you're ready.
That's a shift.
It's just an infant. It's just
I was
a
right.
boy. What sort of imminent threat does he pose that I cannot avoid?
This is
I'm sorry, are they implying he has to kill a baby?
Uh-huh.
I don't remember that part of Troy the movie. Um,
No, they
okay.
didn't do no, they didn't put that in the movie.
Yeah, I can imagine, because it wouldn't make the hero look very heroic.
Not at
Yeah,
all, no.
okay. So he's
Yeah,
got to kill.
the only baby I know of in this thing is Hector's son, the Trojan prince.
Right. Okay, interesting.
I can't remember why. I guess they'll tell us why they feel like
Yeah.
he's got to die, but I don't remember why.
I can see why whoever was saying "I don't think you're ready" is saying it now, because this guy is like, yeah, I can fight anyone. And even in my brain, I was going, it's an Achilles thing. He's not ready to fight Achilles or something like. No, no, no. You're not ready to kill
So,
an innocent baby. That's what
well,
you're
you
not
think of
ready
his
for.
voice, how his voice sounded. His voice sounded very young. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you could almost tell from there, it's like, look, he thinks he's ready. He thinks he's big, tough, but he's too young for this. He doesn't really know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Just through that,
Yeah, but also on top of that as well, he could be the most hardened warrior in the world who's willing to fight down an entire army. But the guy's
Right.
just saying, you're ready for all that, sure. You're not ready to just drop your morals and do what has to be done to kill this
Hmm.
child who's going to be a threat in the future.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it seems like he's right, because should not be doing that. Let's keep going.
Threat does he pose that I cannot avoid?
This is the son of none other than Troy's very own Prince Hector. Know that he will grow from a boy to an avenger, one fumed with rage as you're consumed by age. If you don't end him now, you'll have no one left to save. You can save.
I'm sorry to pause again. I'm pausing so much. I don't care. The lyrics there, the
Oh, yeah.
bars that they
Oh,
just
yes.
wrote. I can't even remember what all of it was, but the way that they
Consumed
write
with rage as he grows in age, something like that.
yeah,
Like,
consumed with rage as you
oh
grow
my
with age.
God.
He'll grow, something about Avenger as well. I need to hear it again, because just the
Yeah,
way
yeah.
that they wrote that then was so fluid and so beautiful and just rolled off the tongue so nicely.
Yeah, it didn't feel like they were struggling for rhymes.
Oh my god, I can see why this is going nuts, and I cannot understand why someone has not picked it up in the biggest way to make it a legit thing, because what the hell is this?
Troy's very own Prince Hector. Know that he will grow from a boy to an avenger, one fumed.
It doesn't even rhyme, but it does. The
No.
way that they've made that work. Prince Hector, he'll grow from a boy to an avenger. You wouldn't think it works, but it works perfectly.
This is
so
why I'm not a
cool.
poet. I would never be able to think of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is like Eminem tier stuff of like rhyming words that just don't rhyme, but still making it work. It's very cool.
Know that he will grow from a boy to an avenger, one fumed with rage as you're consumed by age. If you don't end him now, you'll have no one left to save. You can say goodbye to Penelope. You can say goodbye to Penelope.
I could raise him as my own, or send him far away to home. Make sure his past is never known. I'm gonna wait for ya, down on my knees for ya. I'm begging, please.
Will of the gods.
Okay, so I think you were right. Definitely Zeus. We just had this is the will of the gods and thunder. Who else could it be?
Yeah. But I
Oh.
love the whole thing. Is like he's trying to come up with solutions. I could do this instead. I could do this instead. I could, and over the top, like covering his voice that you can barely hear him at this point. Is they're saying no, you gotta. It's like he's being talked over.
Yeah, exactly. And
That's ingenious.
it is, and the thing that's so cool about it as well is that his voice sounds so strained and like he's pushing so hard. And the way they've done the mix is that he's doing these big screaming, "I can do this, I can do that" notes. The Zeus voice is just still so calm and just speaking normally, and yet coming out so much louder than his and overpowering so much. The way they've done that mix is freaking awesome, because it's like the storytelling in every single aspect of how they put this together is just so cool.
Oh yeah.
Like you can hear the desperation in the main character's voice. I've already forgotten his name.
I'm guessing this is Odysseus.
Odysseus, thank you. That's it. Yes. Yeah. So you can hear the desperation in Odysseus's voice, but that moment, that shift where he says that, like, about they'll get Penelope, that was a
Yeah. That if you don't kill this kid, eventually he's going to kill your wife and son.
Yeah.
Because he's avenging his family. Like,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Which I'm going to put it out there. I have very, very loose memories of anything to do with the Odyssey, and I don't remember it personally going that way. I don't think he does kill the baby here, but if I'm thinking right, I don't think that Hector ends up killing his wife so much as something else with his
I
wife.
don't remember. I don't remember this. I don't remember the anything to do with the baby. But I remember, and I remember like sort of the Trojan War is sort of the end of it, and everybody from Troy, we kind of okay, their story's over.
Yeah.
Now it's Odysseus and his other stuff.
Well, see, my only knowledge of the Odyssey is very old knowledge that I barely remember. And then I'm pretty sure at some stage I've seen a Simpsons episode based on it, which is not going to be accurate.
No, not gonna be
So
helpful at all.
I'm gonna learn a lot of history as I'm watching this, but damn, I want to hear the way they did this mix again of him like
Oh
calling
yeah.
out these in desperation while the calm voice just overpowers him.
Make it known, we bring you down on our knees for ya. Oh, this is the will of the gods.
Please don't make me do this! Don't make me do this!
The blood on your hands is something you won't lose. All you can choose is whose.
Ooh. Lines. The blood on your hands is something you won't lose. All you can choose is whose. So you can have your wife's blood on your hands or this baby's blood on your hands. Your choice. Damn.
Oh. Ouch.
The Greek gods didn't mess around, man. Like,
No.
they're about as fair in their deals as the Fae are. Like, let's be real. It's like, oh no, we're giving
Yeah,
you the choice.
don't make deals with the fact.
Yeah, don't make deals with Fae. But the Greek gods are just like, yeah, we'll give you the choice. You have the choice of whose blood's going to be on your hand, the baby or your wife. Take your pick. There's no good option there. But yeah, those bars, the way they were written, were just fantastic.
On your hands is something you won't lose. All you can choose is whose.
Oh, that's it. Oh, damn.
That's it for that song. Oh my god. Okay.
I was
Cliffhanger.
not ready for that to end. I'm guessing.
No.
I'm guessing maybe the next song is about his choice. But regardless of what it is, damn, what a freaking intro to this show.
I
Again,
don't think I've heard a musical start that hard in a
No.
long time.
no, and like a musical that covers that much information in the first song. Again, not comparing, not drawing a parallel between the two or saying that they're the same thing at all. But it again reminds me of Hamilton. That first song where it describes Hamilton's entire freaking life in one song
Mhm.
is the only other musical I can think of where they but give you this much information, feed you this much information in the first, 4 minutes.
Well, and also to the degree of, the cliffhanger here, go back to the Hamilton and I'm the damn fool that shot him.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
Yeah, it's setting up for the next thing, and even the fact that Zeus has given him this ultimatum, we now know that if he doesn't kill this baby, that's going to be hanging over us for the full rest of the show or the full rest of the musical. Of okay, this is all happening, but what's going to happen with this baby when he grows up? And
Right.
that's such a kind of a cool thing, a cool seed to plant in the audience's mind to grow over time. Oh my god. I knew this was
Okay,
going to be good.
next time somebody tells me you got to watch this, I don't think I'll be so stubborn.
Yeah, I knew this was going to be good when, like, number one, it was exploding online, but just I knew it was going to be good just from the fact that all that was ever released to start off with were these audios of this idea this guy had, and it's turned into this sensation, and people have made the full animatic clips of it. And then, like,
Right.
it's been up to what, like I said, I think we're up to the 8th or something arc of it now, the eighth saga, and to have grown that much off of just a concept that a guy came out with,
Mhm.
you knew it had to be good. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
still did not come into it expecting this level of, for lack of a better term, professionalism. Like,
No, you're right.
there are people writing musicals for Broadway that are not writing to this caliber, that are not writing to this skill, and that's bonkers. I want to see this as a show so badly, and we're only
Oh,
one
yeah.
song in. So this is a great time to announce to all of you, we are not just going to be checking out the first episode of Epic. we are going to be checking out the full Troy Saga. Me and Panda are going to be reacting to all 5 songs from the Troy Saga. I am going to be putting them out on my channel 1 per week on the same day as my other artist poll normally comes out. So today, it's just the 1 video. Next week, whatever wins the other artist poll will come out. And then directly after it will be the premiere for the 2nd episode of Epic, and so on and so on. And yeah, for the next 5 weeks, we will have 2 reactions on one of the days of the week. It's not something I can do permanently. It will wipe me out. But I needed to be able to check these out, and it's the only way I can fit it on the channel at the moment. And I've been so desperate to look at it, and I wanted to do it with Panda, so this is how we're doing it. So yeah, next week on the day, I will try and keep it that the other artist poll comes out the same day. So in exactly a week from today, we will have episode number 2, song number 2 of Epic the Musical. But yeah, I'm so impressed by this. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I know that y'all are probably sitting there thinking of, oh, I can't wait till they get to this part. I can't wait till they see this. I'm so excited for it all. Yeah, as always, guys, please check out the original song that's linked in the description below. It links back to the original writer's page. I think I'm gonna mispronounce his name if I try, but I think it's George Rivera Hernandez. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. But either way, yeah, his page is linked below. Go and give the original video a like, a comment, and subscribe. I will also have linked Panda's main channel down below, so please go and subscribe to her. She does fantastic content over there. What was your most recent video you've posted at this stage, Panda?
Most recent was yesterday. I did Lee Greenwood and Home Free doing the God Bless the USA for 4th of July here in the States.
Very nice. Yeah, I should have done something 4th of July.
I teared up.
Missed it. Being Australian, I completely forgot it existed. But yes, I am glad that you have a video for it. So check that out. Check out all Panda's videos. She does fantastic content. We are both also on Patreon. So if you want to support us and keep us on YouTube, check out our Patreons. I personally do TV show reactions, weekly polls, monthly movie reactions, a whole bunch of stuff over there. So check out all the features there. Panda has just made her Patreon, and you can get a tier where you get reactions, right? You can actually put requests.
Right. First up, right now I only have 2 tiers. One is for things like early access and behind the scenes content. The second tier is where you can actually do a reaction.
Yes. So check that out. I will link both the Patreons down below as well. Thank you guys all so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait to check out the next episodes. Have a great day, night, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time zone you're in. And I'll see you next time. We'll see you next time. Bye.